Bonsoir, buonasera, good evening, and welcome everybody to this European Stock Market Learning Awards ceremony 2025. But especially welcome winners. Hello, welcome to Brussels. I am Roland Tassler from the Austrian Savings Banks, and I'm very active in the area of financial services and financial literacy, of course, and together with the European Savings Banks and Retail Banking Group, and therefore, dear winners, dear ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor to guide you through this evening. And it will be a wonderful evening, but the most important thing is it will be your evening, yeah, dear winners. So it is your evening, therefore you can relax and enjoy. And we will start immediately with Peter Simon. Peter Simon is the Managing Director of the ESBG, and he will provide you with opening remarks, and after his remarks you will be shown the video Welcome to Brussels. So, Peter, please come on stage.
So, welcome everybody, and first of all, the most important word of the evening, congratulations. It is really great you managed within your country. You managed I learned in Germany, between 80,000 others to be the strongest. And I think in France and Italy, we will have similar situation. So it's great that you're here. It's great what you have reached. Congratulations from my side. Now, being here, you ask yourself perhaps, what is ESBG? And then perhaps you heard around also about WSBI, and you saw also these acronyms. ESBG is the European Saving and Retail Banking Group. This is the European associations of all savings and retail banks that united 60, 70 years before to fight for the interests in the process of unification of the European Union. And you have to know that most of the laws for banks do not come any longer from the member states, so from Italy, from France, from Germany. They come straight from the European Union. And so it's utmost important to bring in here our interests, to raise a strong voice and to advocate for this interest. The ESBG, the European Saving and Retail Banking Group, is the European arm of the world's oldest global banking association, the World Savings and Retail Banking Institute, the WSBI. WSBI, established 100 years before in Italy, is the home of 6,400 saving and retail banks from 5 continents. Savings and retail banks that unite very large ones. 600 million clients has our Chinese member. 570 million clients has our Indian member. But also very small banks, like where we, I hope so, will have our statutory meetings in 2 months in Peru, Casa Huancayo, serving a village, serving a small city. So from very small to very big, from very poor to very rich. Yeah, we have very wealthy members in Saudi Arabia. Even there, saving banks exist. But what unites them all? What makes them unique? What is the difference between them and others? This is the purpose. If you look at the private banks, by definition, the big private banks, we have also private banks, but these are very small one, often family owned, that have all the same in mind. But the big private banks, they serve their shareholders. Just clear. It's the job that they have to do. And you have the cooperative banks. And by definition, cooperative banks have to serve the interests of their members. That's it. But the saving banks we represent, they have all, and this since 100 years united. Some of them are more than 200 years old. They have all in common that they have the self-understanding to serve the public interest. And that's the difference. In some countries, like in Germany or in France, it's even in the law for the saving banks that not profit maximization is at the core, but the return to society. So I just came back from the annual meeting of our US-American member. This is one member, but representing 4,300 something banks. Without them, by the way, 1/3 of the counties in the US would have not one single bank. No matter whether these are them or whether these are the members from Bangladesh, from Tanzania, from Uganda, from Germany that we have here, our wonderful remaining saving banks and the pre-banks from Italy, BPCE, or the Caisse d'Espagne that we have in France, all them unites that they understand themselves as being responsible for the local economies, for the local societies, to be the banks that leave nobody behind, the banks for everybody. This goes back to the history of most of our members. They were established by something what nowadays you would call NGOs. Because the idea came to some people these days, it cannot be that financial services are only for the rich ones, for the big ones. No, financial services have to be accessible for everybody. That is the thought behind. And so 100 years before they met and said we are retail. This means we do in the very best sense boring banking. In the very best sense. Retail. We are regionally rooted. We don't jump around the world, we focus on where we have our branches. There we are, and this is the third R, responsible. Being responsible for the local communities, this unites them all. Whether they come from the US, whether they come from Iran, whether they come from Russia or Belarus, from Cuba or India, Tanzania, Botswana, Uganda, South Africa, Colombia, Chile, I could go on and on and on and on and on. We are, beside the United Nations, I think the only association in this world who unites, as I just said, Russians, Americans, Persians, and Chinese. Even on our board, by the way, we have the Cubans and the US Americans. This is really unique, thinking about the embargo that we have since decades against Cuba from the US side. So this shows we are not political in the sense that we want to intervene in daily politics. No. But we strongly represent the interests of the banks that see themselves as the responsible bankers in this world. So welcome to the home of the responsible bankers, because here is the headquarter for all these banks, for the European arm and the WSBI, the World Association, and you can easily see this by our staff. If I look around here only, we have two ladies from Turkey. We have one lady from India. Then I see one lady from Brazil. Then we have the two Italians. We have for sure Belgium, to be very precise, a Flemish. Very important in Belgium to mention this. We have a Romanian here, another Italian. If we go upstairs, we have Chile here. We have Puerto Rico here. We have India here in the house. We have from all over the world staff. We are as colorful and diverse as this wonderful world is. So, having said this, I want first and foremost want to express my appreciation to our members, the DSGV, ACRI, Finance et Pédagogie, and SPURKES, for their essential support of the European Stock Market Learning Initiative. A warm thank you as well as to all you students, you teachers, the saving banks representatives, the country coordinators, and all others distinguished guests we have here. Especially, I want to thank that Boris Kiselewski is today with us here, the head of the Brussels office of the European Central Bank. Boris, it's an honor for us, and we thank you a lot that you spent your Friday evening with us, and it shows also how valued is what you did and what you reached. Thank you very much. And I want to thank the executive board member of our German member DSGV and alternate board member of our European and World Association here, Caroline Schriebe. Thank you that you make it here and that you later give us a speech too. Thank you very much. So it's truly a pleasure to welcome you all to Brussels, the headquarters, the capital of Europe, for the European Stock Market Learning Awards ceremony that we have tonight. Your presence reinforces our shared commitment to financial education. For nearly 4 decades now, what started and is still named like this, the Planspielbörse, has been more than just a competition. It has served as a gateway, as a bridge between classroom, theory and real-world financial decision-making. Each year, thousands of students across Europe take part in this initiative, gaining hands-on experience that prepares them for the financial realities of tomorrow. Financial literacy plays a crucial role, especially from the perspectives of saving and retail banks. By understanding finance, individuals can make informed decisions, ensuring responsible saving and sustainable investment. This topic is even more relevant nowadays, considering the ongoing discussions about a savings and investment union and for sure capital market union. As Europe works together, a stronger financial framework is essential to equip young people with the skills to engage with an understanding of financial markets. For students, learning to navigate financial markets and investments is not just a technical skill, it is a foundation for financial resilience. And that is why initiatives like the European Stock Market Learning play a vital role. By analyzing trends, making strategic investment choices, and integrating sustainability principles, participants develop critical thinking skills that will shape your future careers in finance, business, and beyond. And tonight, we will celebrate, as I already told you, the best of all these participants. Our winning teams from Germany, Italy, and France have demonstrated exceptional talent, dedication, and innovation throughout the 2024 competition. And as you all know, over the course of 17 weeks, you tackled the intricacies of financial markets, refined your investment strategies, and gained valuable insights into the real-world impact of financial decisions. Tonight is the celebration of your ability to navigate the complexities of finance with confidence. In a rapidly changing world, thinking critically and acting decisively is not an easy task. It requires sharp analysis, strategic thinking, and the ability to turn challenges into opportunities. This evening, we shine a spotlight on 2 key achievements. First, the Performance Award, recognizing teams that have excelled in market analysis and strategic decision-making, and the Sustainability Award, honoring participants who have integrated environmental, social, and governance principles into their investment strategies. But tonight's event carries a greater significance. With Brussels, now the permanent home from this year onwards of these awards, we are creating a tradition, one that brings together international participants and reaffirms our commitment to financial education here at the home of the European and the world's savings and retail banks. And what better place than Brussels, the heart of European decision-making, to inspire you as the next generation. Europe, yesterday we had, and 2 days before, the Council, the European Summit here in Brussels. It unites all the Europeans that are interested and willing to work together to create a brighter future, on the one hand economically, but on the other hand to ensure our all safety due to all these things happened in the last months that we all know and don't have to talk about tonight. But how important it is, I think, to collaborate like this, we were reassured all in the last weeks and months. So I'm happy to welcome you here. I'm happy that we, I hope so, shaped for you a program over the next 2 days that will that you will like, that will show you how Europe works. You have 2, I think, very interesting points on tomorrow's agenda. I hope you have lots of fun tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, especially. I don't know, but do you know where to go for dinner tomorrow evening? Did anybody tell you already for dinner? You go to the Hard Rock Cafe in Brussels. This is a very cool place at the Grand Place, and enjoy it. But also tonight, I hope you enjoy this party. And I took something from all the other events that I've been so far. I thought to myself and chat this with the team. Let's do something that it's after the ceremony, not only a dinner where we eat and then go home and that's it. Yeah? Let's do something that brings you all, and I mean really all, including the teachers, the country coordinators, yeah, the managing directors and the executive board members, and really all to do something interactive and, as far as we think, funny together. I hope you use the next 2 days for what it's meant, that you exchange, that you learn from each other, that you get to know each other well, and perhaps even build friendships that last. Once again, congratulations. We are very proud and happy that you're with us, and thank you very much. Enjoy the evening.
Talk about a central banker's views in the EU capital. Will be very interesting speech, I suppose, and afterwards feel free to ask him any questions you want. Yeah, so we have time for question and answers sessions, and after his speech, you will also see a video, and I'm sure it will work perfectly, because in the afternoon when we tried it, everything was perfect. Yeah? But we are living in a real world, and in a real world, nothing is perfect, but you have always to do the best. You have to make the best out of it. So, Boris, please come on stage. It's your turn now.
Good evening, dear all, dear Peter. Thank you so much for inviting me tonight. It's a great honor to be with you. I was wondering, did you invite me because I'm the ECB representative or because je suis également français, donc j'ai un compte à la Caisse d'épargne à Paris. Meine deutsche Familie, ich bin Muttersprachdeutsch, wir sind alle in der Sparkasse in Nordhessen. O perché la mia suocera è italiana, allora siamo anche la Cassa di Risparmio a Moncalieri, non so. Ma possiamo parlare tutte queste 3 lingue. Und wir könnten alle Fragen stellen in allen 3 Sprachen. Et on va pas hésiter, but tonight I will speak English because it's a lingua franca that unites us all, whether we like it or not, in this wonderful city of Brussels. So thank you again for inviting me, and it's indeed congratulations to you. You have now won this amazing competition, 17 weeks, said Peter, to be the best investors of your generation. So the stock market is going up and down. We've seen it also after the election of Mr. Trump, quite amazing. But you need to keep cool, to keep a cool head and look at the fact and build a strategy. And this is what you've done, and with such hard work. So this is very impressive for me. Unfortunately, perhaps you did it with virtual money. But remember what the American founder father Benjamin Franklin said: an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. And today, your investment in learning and understanding the stock market has certainly paid off, because you gained a lot of skills and you also understood economics. So this is really something close to our heart at the ECB, because when you took your investment decision, maybe you also have learned how interest rates can influence the stock market and what the role of the ECB can play in that. So don't worry, I will not lecture about the ECB, just telling you that we are 3,500 in Frankfurt, the head of the ECB, which has two legs: the legs of monetary policy, so this one you learned about interest rate, and the leg on banking supervision, so we supervise around 80% of the European euro area banking assets. And here in Brussels, we are a small entity, but liaising with all the European institutions you have seen on the video. And for instance, yesterday I had the pleasure to spend actually 11 hours with Christine Lagarde, my boss, because she was at the Parliament at 9 a.m. yesterday, and then spent the whole afternoon, evening until 8 p.m. in the European Council. So just in one day, indeed, we did the tour of all three institutions. So this is a bit the raison d'être also of the ECB, to be in the European capital. So tonight I would like to discuss a few things with you. First, why it's important to have a European perspective. Second, it was already alluded to, financial literacy. This is really indeed crucial. Third, because you are young, I have to tell you something about crypto. And fourth, also sustainability, which is at the heart of our engagement. So the first thing I would like to highlight with you tonight is the value of a European perspective. You all come from your towns, from your home countries, but today Europe faces such big challenges that no single country can solve them alone. Climate change, economic security, digital transformation, geopolitical tensions. You just need to open your newspaper, radio, or TV to understand how important it is to be united in Europe. And also the decision we take at institutions like the ECB, which, as you know, regroups 20 countries having the euro, impacts directly the 342 million Europeans using the euro on a daily basis. And I really like to think that we are embodying sort of this European culture, and this is very, very important. Just as financial markets are interconnected across Europe, the issues we face require shared understanding and cooperation, and this is really something we live in while being here in Brussels. And by participating in this competition, you also have experienced firsthand how interconnected our European economies are, and that one decision taking in one country can very quickly affect other countries next door. Just remember also, even when we had big crisis, how a US decision also affected Europe, so it's actually a worldwide phenomenon. So your experience and your coming together also this weekend symbolizes precisely what Europe is about: overcoming borders, sharing knowledge, building trust, and shaping a common future. And as young Europeans and moving into your careers at some point in life, you will tackle all these challenges together and build a more resilient Europe. And in that context, the financial literacy is really something close to ESBG heart and to also our heart. What is it actually, financial literacy? It's simply having the skills and knowledge to understand how the economy works and how to make good decisions for your money. Imagine a bit financial literacy as a kind of superpower. The better you understand how money works, the stronger and more confident you become when dealing with your future life financial decisions. It's not a given. In a recent survey, we realized that only 18% of citizens have high level of financial literacy, meaning that they understand, for instance, how inflation and interest rate play together and how investment risk works. Only 18%. So you are part of this 18% now, but we really have to work for the 82% that are not there yet. And for us at the ECB, we really deeply care about financial literacy because it's exactly how our economy functions and also how inflation, how to fight inflation and rising prices is at the heart of our mandate, and how to expect stable prices. It's easier for if everybody expects stable prices, it's easier than to actually have stable prices. That's what we call anticipation. So at the ECB, we also have developed what we call Espresso Economics. It's a YouTube channel in which ECB economists explain economics in a simple and short way in small videos. So this is something we also try to invest in. Now moving to a topic which I don't like so much, but maybe you like, it's crypto, and this is also linked to financial literacy. I'm saying this because many young people today are interested in cryptocurrencies, and not only in the US. It's of course a new exciting technology, and that often promises quick gains. We all have friends who can tell you that they made quite some money with cryptos. So maybe even some of you have had some experience with crypto, and looking positively at it, experimenting with crypto is another way of learning and developing financial skills. That's true. But it's important to remember that unlike the stocks and companies you have been studying and investing in, cryptocurrencies usually don't have something real behind them, like selling a product, a service, a reliable income. This makes their value very unpredictable and risky. They can swing dramatically in short periods, going quickly from huge gains, on which you learn a lot on social media, to steep losses, which are maybe less publicized. And so at the ECB, we monitor the development closely, and we are also concerned that cryptocurrencies often look like investment, but they actually behave more like gambling, where luck rather than skill determines your success. So for us, it's not a safe way to build your financial future. And also because you are a generation that is very also close to nature, environment, and green issues, when we talk about sustainability, and that's also an important issue, crypto can harm the environment because they create or mine cryptocurrencies use massive amount of electricity, contributing to climate change. So cryptocurrency originally started as an idea for digital cash, promising an easier and cheaper way to make payments, but in practice they have not become a reliable means of payment. And that's why also at the ECB we believe that European citizens and young people who like to travel like you deserve digital payment solutions that are safe, stable and simple to use. And that's why we at the ECB, we right now developed what we call a digital euro, nothing to do with crypto, but it's a fully digital version of the euro currency issued by the ECB. It's a bit like digital cash. I mean, you are in a generation that is not any longer using banknotes on a daily basis, contrary to me. And that's why we as central bank want to develop the equivalent of a banknote in a digital world, and we are working on this project of a digital euro that would give everyone in Europe a reliable and risk-free way to pay digitally, and without the volatility associated with cryptocurrencies. So this is also a big project on which we work here in Brussels. I already mentioned the sustainability dimension of crypto, and let me indeed turn to more generally the need for more sustainable investment. I know that during your competition, many of you have invested and excelled by adopting sustainable investment strategies during this competition. That means that you have not only focused only on maximizing your profits, but also thought about the impact of your investment to the planet and the society. And indeed, in Europe, I don't need to explain this to you, we need to move towards a cleaner economy and to fight climate change and protect our environment. For that, we need huge investments. And these investments, which we estimate to be around 1.2 trillion euro each year in green investment, 1.2 trillion euro each year would be needed. And of course, this cannot be done by governments alone. Let's just have a look at the debt issues. And that's why we need private financing also to invest into green resources and to allow companies to innovate. So by learning about sustainable investment during your competition, you have gained important skills. And that also will contribute to Europe's climate goals. Now you are still at the end of high school, and I wanted to tell you and to invite you, once you are in university, to participate to the next award. To get a next award, it's what we call the ECB Generation Euro Students Award. Once you will be students, you should start again, build teams across Europe, and be like a central banker, be in the seat of a central banker, of Christine Lagarde's seat, by analyzing economic conditions and proposing your own interest rate decision. This is the purpose of our award, which we call the Generation Euro Students Award. So a few years down the road, I'm sure you will also be able to visit our headquarters in Frankfurt and get invaluable insights into how monetary policy affects our daily lives. So this is really an invitation for you to continue to invest in your skills and to look at your studies, and then also I would be very pleased to welcome you at the ECB. So I wanted really to congratulate you from the bottom of my heart for all what you did, for being here, for mingling together, and of course the ESBG and Peter and his wonderful multicultural team to have built for you this not only learning but now also celebratory moments for you, and of course the presence of your teachers who have guided you through all these weeks is of the essence and extremely valuable and important. And we have a very nice tradition at the ECB, which is called Back to School. So each year we go back to our school. In my case, I was in a lycée in Paris. And we go to a course of economics. I mean, in France, it's called Sciences Économiques at your age, more or less 17 years old. And we go hand in hand with the teacher and do a 2-hour, 3-hour lecture or course, interactive, with them to discuss economics and to explain how the world, economic world works. And I think this is also a very nice initiative. So again, congratulations. I'm really glad that you made it and very happy to be with you. And don't hesitate. There are no bad questions. Don't hesitate to ask me any question you wish, and I will be more than glad to try to respond to them. Thank you.
So if you have any questions to Boris Kiselewski, please feel free. Yeah? It can be about his life or work at the ECB, so don't worry. Yeah.
Oh, there's an icebreaker. Wonderful.
Also ich kann Deutsch sprechen?
Ja, auf jeden Fall.
Okay, also ich würde Sie einfach mal fragen, wie sehen Sie die Risiken?
Da ist nur Translation. Da ist keine, aus dem Deutschen ist keine Übersetzung.
Ich kann das vielleicht übersetzen.
Ja.
Genau.
Wie sehen Sie die Risiken von anhaltender oder steigender Staatsverschuldung im ganzen europäischen Raum für die Zentralbank?
A very good question. Could be a Financial Times journalist asking this question. How do you see the risks of increasing indebtedness of governments and states for the central bank? I mean, you're totally right. We don't operate at the ECB in a vacuum. We operate together with the member states, 20 member states have their own fiscal policies, and we have one monetary policy. And this is what we call the policy mix, bringing the two policies together. So it's for us very important that we cooperate. I would not say we coordinate because the central bank is independent, but we cooperate, and of course we see with quite some concern the increased indebtedness over the euro area, which, as you know, has been compounded by COVID, but which has not receded after COVID, contrary to what we would have expected. So I would say we are concerned, but also we have a system here in Brussels which is called the Stability and Growth Pact, which limits the whole possibility for member states to increase further their debt. So what is this? It's a mechanism which is very complicated, but which gives some limits to member state indebtedness, because we are all sharing one same currency, and for sure you have at some point, you have always the markets that look also at how they finance the member states. So remember the very difficult moment of the crisis 10 years ago, but you have also some impact on the reaction function of the central bank. So it's something we are watching, we are discussing with member states continuously, and we are very much happy that the Commission has this framework to limit the indebtedness. But I must say, yes, in general, it has increased a lot, and now we insist a lot on limiting the debt of member states. And what we tell them is, really look at the quality of your public finances. You should really look at least to stabilize them, and to really have public finances more invested in items which are more quality than investment in which for expenses which are maybe less needed. But it's tough.
Okay. My name is Suard, and I'm from Italy. My question is, if every saver choose ethical finance, how quickly could we transform the world and more fair and sustainable?
Yes, I mean, that's it's an interesting question, because what is exactly ethical finance? That's always a question of definition. So it's while in Europe, here in Brussels, we have quite a good definition of what is green finance, or what we call sustainable finance, because we have what we call a taxonomy, saying, look, this is green, this is brown, and so there is a known environment. Ethical finance, it's much more difficult. So I would not say that each person has its own acception of ethical finance, but we still have quite some work to do to define what it is. For sure, and also we have all our national perspectives and our cultures. I mean, for some, investing in defense, for instance, is a no-go for ethical finance. Others would say, for instance, investing in defense could protect our children, so it's something which is ethical. So it's almost like your question is almost philosophical in the end. So, but beyond, let's say, the pure, let's say, ethical dimension, I think that there has been more and more consciousness of all investments to focus on those who bring value added for society, especially indeed on green, especially also on matters that bring social progress. So there is a tendency, and but for sure there are also absolutely other investments. So it's still a fight we are trying to do, and it's something also on which Europe is having a look at now, to maybe build a kind of taxonomy in this field also, and that would be quite welcome.
Ja, ich würde meine Frage auch einmal auf Deutsch stellen. Und zwar haben Sie ja schon den digitalen Euro gerade angesprochen, als Äquivalent auch gerade zu Kryptowährungen. Und da hätte ich dann die Frage, inwiefern Sie da die Privatsphäre als auch den Datenschutz der Nutzer dafür eben einfach gewährleisten können. Gerade jetzt eben zum Vergleich zum Bitcoin, der eben dezentral ist und einfach eben die Sicherheit da bietet.
So the question is, so a digital euro, to what extent, if I put it in one sentence, to what extent is a digital euro protecting your private sphere, especially data protection and GDPR? So let's be very clear. A digital euro will never be as anonymous as a banknote. It's just impossible, because in banknote, there's no traceability, and so on. But what we as central bank and public authority, what we guarantee is that we have absolutely no interest in any personal data, because we are not a profit-making organization, so we would not have access to your personal data and we will not make use of it. While when you now pay with private means, or when you have, let's say, a client of Amazon or whatever, your data is immediately used by these private providers. So it's a really different dimension. And so we are building now a system for the digital euro that has to balance two important elements. One element, let's be honest, we want to avoid money laundering. We want to avoid financing of terrorism. So we cannot, like you remember those who carry bags of banknotes and do money laundering and buy a house. We cannot, let's say, this is something which is very important. On the other hand, as I said, we don't want to use your personal data, and so there are mechanisms that allow, let's say, only the central bank only to look at some potentially suspicious payments, but not at the other ones. And as I said again, we are not a commercial organization, so we have absolutely no genuine interest or to have access to use personal data. So I think it's something which is a quite good compromise. And let me also state, because you asked in German, and many Austrians and Germans are very keen on it, I fully understand and respect this. We have absolutely no intention to eliminate cash. So cash will stay. We are working now on the third series of banknotes. So soon you will see a new series of banknotes. You could have even voted on our website whether you wanted some historic figures of Europe or some birds. So this is out now, but it's something on which we are also working. So we will continue to have banknotes, and if you really want something totally anonymous, you can continue to pay that way.
I have a question about central bank. What is the difference between Central Bank of Europe and the Central Bank of United States, the State of America?
There is not
Thank
much.
you.
Yes, thank you. There is not much difference, because we issue a currency, the euro, and there we have in each country there is also still a national central bank, Banca d'Italia or Banque de France, and that is part of our system of European central banks. And in the US it's the same. They have the Federal Reserve that is issuing the dollar, is in Washington, but they have also Federal Reserves in New York, in Atlanta, in San Francisco, and so on, that are in particular having a role in banking supervision locally. So I would say there is no real difference, but there is one, actually, very important one. It's the mandate. So our mandate is very simple. It's what we call price stability. We have only one objective, is price stability. What is price stability? It's inflation in the euro area at below 2% in the medium term. So each word is important. So it's not below 2% tomorrow only, but it's in the medium term, so it can go above, it can go below, but when you look at the medium term, it should be 2%. We are now almost there, we are 2.3. And the Fed has not only price stability as objective, but also growth, economic growth. So they have this dual mandate, which is historic, and which puts us and them sometimes in a bit different perspective when taking decisions.
Also um nochmal auf den Krypto oder auf die digitalen Euro zurückzukommen. Wir haben ja in Amerika sozusagen die Stablecoins, also zum Beispiel USDT. Soll der digitale Euro ähnlich zu diesen sein? Also sozusagen, dass der Kurs relativ stabil bleibt, auch wenn die Nachfrage steigt?
So the question was, what's a bit the difference between the stablecoin, which is appearing in the US, and the digital euro? So it's really different animals, I would say. The digital euro is really linked to the central bank and central bank money. It's an additional means of payment. So it's now we are depending 80% of the payments in your countries is done via American systems, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and so on, 80%. And so it's an issue also of European sovereignty to have our own means of payment, which would be a digital euro, which would be cost much less because there are not all the fees, and which would be also across borders without, which now is not really possible. When you have a card from let's say carte bancaire in France or Banque Contact in Belgium, you cannot pay abroad. So it's a means of payment. Digital euro stablecoin is really different. I know that Mr. Trump wants to also elevate the stablecoin to maybe reserve currency and so on. We are not there yet, but it's not as such a means of payment. And for sure, I think that the mere fact that now the stablecoins are coming and who knows, maybe will grow in terms of means of payment abroad, means that we as Europeans, while we already are under, let's say, very much under the, let's say, working under the American umbrella through the private providers of cards, should not fall further onto that umbrella via the stable coins. I mean, it's a very short answer to a very complicated question, but I think it's really relevant, and I see that you follow all what's happening in the actuality, and bravo for this. So,
I have a question.
please.
So I just wondered, is there a, sorry. Is there a real reason why you announce the interest rates in advance? Because the speculators actually makes the interest rates to fluctuate when it comes to the mortgages. For example, the aim is to make the interest rates to go down, but because it is very transparent and open, it makes the other effect.
I would dare to disagree with you, if I may, because we don't announce the interest rate in advance. What we do is every 6 weeks, our governing council of the European Central Bank makes a discussion and then a decision on interest rates. We do this meeting by meeting, so each meeting for its meeting, and decide to increase or decrease interest rates. We had increased 10 meetings in a row interest rates, and now we have decreased for, I think, 3 or 4 meetings in a row interest rates. So it's, yes, there are speeches, so you could guess, possibly. Some could guess, the markets try to guess. But again, this is the short-term interest rate, and then what your bank decides to use for your interest rate for your mortgage is of course not under our control. It depends on also the long-term interest rates, which are not defined by the central bank, and also on the profits the bank would like to do, and maybe the local characteristics of your own investment and so on. So I would say here competition plays a very important role in the market, but when we set an interest rate, it's not something which is, let's say, pre-announced, even though we want to avoid any big surprises, because we want also the markets to be, let's say, in line with our thinking.
Good, no question.
Also, ich habe noch
That's
eine
a
Frage.
future professor of economics.
Also, in Deutschland sehen wir ja gerade, dass die Staatsanleihenzinsen durch die Decke gestiegen sind. Also, ich glaube,
Ja.
wir sind von dem normalen EZB-Zins auf jetzt über 3, ich glaube 3,1 oder so Prozent gestiegen. Wie kann das sein? Also der EZB-Zins liegt jetzt gerade bei 2,5. Wieso ist der Staatsanleihenzins für Deutschland auf einmal so durch die Decke geschossen?
So the question is that the interest rates on the German Bund, so the German, let's say, indebtedness paper has increased recently very dramatically, while the ECB interest rate has gone down. So how is it possible? I would say it's the easy explanation is just to say that the fiscal policy of Germany has dramatically changed within 3 days. So in Germany there's been a revolution which was finished on Monday, where the vote of the Bundestag and now Bundesrat has happened to increase dramatically and in a very spectacular way investment, especially in defense. So when the markets see this, they know that Germany will have to issue so many bonds that which was not expected just during the electoral campaign just 1 month ago, that because of that the interest rates which will be asked on these bonds are getting higher, just because let's say in general the risk will be higher because the indebtedness of Germany will increase quite importantly. We as ECB, we see this movement rather positively because we have always called for more investments. So now that the German government agrees and does more investment, we see this positively in general. Of course, we now have to look at the quality of the investment and to look exactly in what will be invested so that it's really positive for economic growth and not just investment into things which are less conducive to economic growth. So, but this is a bit, the explanation I would give. So thank you so much for your amazing question, and I'm happy that after this we can continue also to discuss. Thank you.
Responsible banking must be inclusive. For savings and retail banks, it means empowering our communities with the knowledge they need to manage their finances effectively. Financial literacy is a pillar for independence. That is why the European Savings and Retail Banking Group will host the European Stock Market Learning Award ceremony set to take place on 21st of March in Brussels. The European Stock Market Learning Competition goes beyond teaching financial literacy to pupils, high school, and university students. It celebrates responsible banking as a key driver of both individual and collective development. Join us for the 27th edition of the event at our premises to witness this journey.
Dear winners, the audience, we will come now to the third part of our today's award ceremony. To our partners, to the country partners, because the stock market learning, the organization, the event is not possible without cooperating with partners, with the country partners who support the game in all the member states you come from. And therefore we have invited representatives of the country partners to the game, and in the following order they will give you a speech. And we start with Caroline Schriever from DSGV, then we will jump to Italy and Francesco Goccia will give his speech, and then we go to France, to Yasmin Ribani. from Finance et Pédagogie. And after these remarks, we again will see a video. But first, please, Caroline, the floor is yours.
Thank you.
Yeah, dear Mr. Kiselewski, thank you for your speech. Dear Peter and dear representatives of the partner countries, dear supervising saving banks and teachers, but above all, dear students from France, Italy and Germany. I'm not sure I can give this speech because the questions you already had were so impressive. It shows so deep knowledge. It was like the Financial Times journalists were here. That is indeed true. Thanks for keeping all the answers. I think you really have a great knowledge. But today we are representing your country and the European Stock Market Learning Award ceremony. And you all, and now because of your questions I know why, you succeeded with a very good strategy against more than 110,000 participants in almost 50,000 teams over a period of around 4 months. And you became the best, the very best in your competitions and for your home country. So, Peter said it already, the word you will hear from me as well very often now, congratulations to all of you. Of course, the team success is also due in part to the dedicated teachers who are on hand to offer advice, support and provide an educational framework for the game. Therefore, also for you, a very big thank you to all of you and the supervising teachers. Your time and your expertise, I think it has shown it was very relevant. Many thanks for that. In order to provide fun and easy access to the stock market and securities, saving banks and schools work since very long time ago hand in hand in the European Stock Market Learning Initiative. So I would also like to thank the saving banks employees who shared their time, their expertise with the teams and who were always there to provide guidance. And we are coming together today during a very special week here in Brussels. This week, the Global Money Week is focusing on financial education for young people. As an annual campaign of the OECD, it raises awareness for the topic of financial education and does so worldwide. As today, we are only average in Europe as far as financial education is concerned. 2/3 of the EU citizens rated their knowledge of money and finances just at an average level when asked. And the current PISA results on financial literacy confirms that young people should be better prepared for their financial future than they currently are. And you raised the topics digital euro and many more because it's getting not easier, it's getting even more complicated. But knowledge alone is not enough. Financial literacy helps to create wealth over time, whether it's through smart saving, wise investing, or just avoiding bad debts. The choices you make today will have a direct impact on your future. Your financial freedom doesn't just depend on how much money you make. It is about how well you manage what you have. And as a member of the executive board of the DSTV, I'm now looking in particular at the results of the 2 German winning teams. Later, Francesco and Jasmine will pay tribute to the achievements of the Italian and French winning teams. Liliana and Miriam, you won the sustainability category with your team. Your earnings exceeded 6,000 euros. Congratulations to the 2 of you. You were, yes, you were well supervised throughout the entire competition. Your host, Sparkasse Nürnberg, there it is, has supported winning teams multiple times in recent years. And I want to highlight the fact that Sparkasse Nürnberg joined this game simulation from the very first edition. It has been involved since 1983, so right from the beginning. Thanks a lot to Nürnberg. And the Financial Times team, Lucas, Max, Finn, and Lucas again, you have been able to increase your total account value from 50,000 euro to almost 90,000 euro. Unfortunately, it was just digital coins, not real life. But congratulations to all of you. And this is the first time that your Sparkasse Aurich Norden has sponsored a national winning team, you. And the game, the traditional Sparkasse Aurich Norden, it has been enabling schools to participate since 1988, so almost from the very first beginning. And the first time the four of you are the winning team from that area. Congratulations to Aurich Norden. And all of you have learned to manage your money and make very, very smart decisions. It's not just about budgeting or saving, but about understanding how companies work, how money works, and even more, how the world works. And using that understanding to create the life you want. To wrap it up, financial literacy is more than just about numbers. It is about empowering yourself to make informed, smart decisions and take control of your own future. Thank you for your time and participation. I hope you are very much inspired to start your financial journey today. And please remember what Warren Buffett once said, and that is an advice I still use for my own. The stock market game in real life is not 4 months. It is like standing in a forest and seeing the trees grow. So it's about patience. But you are young, please start and enjoy your future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Caroline. Francesco, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you.
So, good evening. I would like to start by thanking the European Saving and Retail Banking Group, its president, Mr. Namias, the member of the board, Madame Shiras, and his managing director, Mr. Peter Simon, for hosting the European event in this inspiring scenario of the European Quarter, so the core of the European Union institution. Thank you, Mrs., for your scanner speech. So, additionally, my gratitude goes to the chair of the steering group, Bruna, where is? He's here. Bruna, and all ESBG colleagues for organizing this ceremony. My thanks also to the German Association and all the colleagues, country coordinator colleagues, for their contributions. My greetings would not be completed without extending my congratulations, my huge congratulations to you students who have won the stock market learning in your respective countries. So, congratulations in this remarkable achievement. I'm sure that it has been an opportunity for your growth, your personal growth, and you will carry this experience, I hope, a great experience with you in your future. Coming to Italy. In Italy, we have been actively involved in this contest, in the European stock market learning, for almost 35 years. We strongly believe in this contest. Today, 17 active members that maybe you know are foundation of banking origin and also saving banks participate in this contest, and 17 active members carry out this initiative in the local communities. In terms of number, this means that each year at least, or better, more than 3,500 students and hundreds of high schools across Italy participate in this competition. So a clear example of this is here this evening with the two Italian winning teams, one from Sicily region in the south and one from Trento town in the north of Italy. I mentioned before that we believe in this project because it represents a fruitful opportunity about economics. Certainly, financial literacy is a broad matter that involves several aspects, many issues, and this contest, however, focuses on stock market. But nevertheless, it gives students with an introduction, an important introduction to financial education, allowing them to understand how economics knowledge can positively influence, shape personal and, why not, family decisions. Moreover, specifically to the stock market, moreover to this experience, this contest requires students to stay informed also about current news, world events regarding economics, social, political developments. Indeed, understanding this type of events, this type of data could be or maybe is essential for anticipating and following market trend. Furthermore, also regarding Italy, Acri and his members, thanks also to the European Stock Market Learning Contest, have been working in Italy with the Italian Foundation in Financial Literacy, as I said, not only in this initiative, but also in several other financial education projects. Indeed, nowadays this matter is becoming very, very important. Is an example that Italy 2 years ago enacted a law in financial education, or better, that add financial education to curriculum, into school curriculum, school program. So I'm going to the conclusion. I repeat, or better highlight, that it is important to reinforce and boost the importance of economic awareness from an early age. Thank you again, students. Congratulations, and have a great day here in Brussels.
Grazie mille Francesco. Yasmine, s'il vous plaît.
Bonjour à tous. Alors déjà, merci beaucoup pour toute cette organisation, pour cette cérémonie qui a été organisée par l'ESBG. Merci à tous d'être là, d'être présents et d'avoir participé à ce concours hyper important. Mesdames, Messieurs, je vous remercie d'être là aujourd'hui. Avant tout ça, je voulais prendre un instant pour féliciter chaleureusement les équipes françaises qui ont brillé dans cette édition du concours européen de la bourse, que ce soit les élèves, les enseignants ou encore les conseillers qui les ont accompagnés. Votre engagement, votre sérieux ont été remarquables. Chaque année, ce concours met en lumière des talents exceptionnels, des jeunes et qui, avec curiosité et persévérance, se plongent dans l'univers passionnant des marchés financiers. Mais derrière ces réussites, il y a aussi des encadrants, des enseignants ou des professionnels engagés qui jouent un rôle clé dans cette transmission du savoir. Et donc, je vous remercie pour tout ça, un immense bravo et un grand merci. Et c'est justement à cette occasion, donc cette transmission du savoir qui nous rassemble aujourd'hui. Et je voudrais avoir un petit moment aussi sur l'importance de l'éducation financière aujourd'hui, puisque nous vivons dans un monde où la finance est hyper importante et omniprésente, surtout actuellement. Pourtant, elle peut parfois sembler complexe, voire intimidante, puisqu'on n'a pas tous l'habitude de pouvoir être dans les marchés financiers, de pouvoir opérer dans ce domaine-là. Et vraiment apprendre ces mécanismes et les comprendre surtout, c'est vraiment acquérir une clé précieuse pour mieux gérer son avenir, pour mieux gérer son budget, pour mieux investir ou tout simplement pour prendre des décisions éclairées. Et c'est là que Finance et Pédagogie et les caisses d'épargne interviennent et s'engagent activement dans la diffusion de cette culture économique et financière. Et le concours européen de bourse donc, s'inscrit parfaitement dans cette dynamique puisqu'elle permet et offre un cadre ludique et unique surtout, puisqu'on a un apprentissage qui devient complètement concret et qui permet à chacun d'apprendre sereinement. Et puis surtout, et je pense que c'est le plus important et qui est accessible à tous, puisque souvent on a l'habitude que ça soit accessible à un groupe de personnes plutôt experts dans ce domaine-là. Ensuite, on va parler aussi de l'engagement de Finance et Pédagogie dans ce concours, puisqu'on met en avant 3 principes fondamentaux. Le premier, qui est l'apprentissage par l'expérience, donc rien de tel que la mise en situation pour comprendre les rouages des marchés financiers finalement, et en prenant des décisions d'investissement dans un cadre pédagogique où les participants développent des compétences essentielles telles que la gestion du portefeuille, la gestion du risque, l'analyse des risques, l'anticipation des tendances et bien d'autres. On pourrait en citer un bon nombre. Ensuite, deuxièmement, on a l'accessibilité pour tous. Donc, comme je le disais tout à l'heure, nous avons la conviction que la finance ne doit pas être un domaine réservé à une poignée d'experts, mais surtout que voilà, elle peut être ouverte à tout le monde finalement, et que ce concours démocratise donc ces savoirs en les rendant non seulement compréhensibles, mais surtout ludiques et engageants. Donc pour tous les profils et bien évidemment pour tous les parcours. Ensuite, en troisième point, je voulais mettre un accent sur l'éveil, sur une finance plus responsable. Donc bien évidemment, on a la rentabilité, mais il faut penser aussi à l'environnement. Aujourd'hui, donc la finance ne se limite plus à la rentabilité, mais elle doit aussi être un levier pour un monde plus durable, être un levier donc, qui est hyper important aujourd'hui. Et nous encourageons donc les participants à adopter une réflexion sur les critères environnementaux, sociétaux et gouvernementaux, donc plus communément et plus vulgairement appelés ESG, chez nous tout simplement, et donc à comprendre les choix d'investissement qui peuvent avoir un impact au-delà des chiffres, puisque comme je l'ai dit, les chiffres ne suffisent pas et il faut faire attention aussi à l'environnement. Donc au-delà de ça, les participants développent aussi des compétences transversales, puisque la prise de décision est hyper importante et c'est ce qu'ils développent au fur et à mesure du temps, puisque la gestion du stress compte aussi, l'esprit d'équipe, l'analyse critique et autant de qualités essentielles, quelle que soit la voie que l'on choisit d'emprunter, est hyper important dans la vie qu'on mène, que ce soit dans la finance ou dans d'autres domaines. Et enfin, pour conclure, parce qu'il faut bien conclure un moment, si le concours européen de bourse est une formidable opportunité d'apprentissage, il est aussi une invitation à réfléchir à la finance de demain. Une finance plus responsable, plus transparente et surtout où la performance ne se mesure pas seulement à des chiffres mais aussi à l'impact qu'on a sur l'environnement et la société. Alors déjà, merci à tous ceux qui ont participé, aux enseignants et aux conseillers qui ont accompagné et qui porteront cette dynamique dans les prochaines éditions. Merci et bravo. Vous êtes les acteurs d'un futur où la finance sera non seulement un outil de création de valeur, mais aussi un moteur de progrès. Et merci et bonne cérémonie à tous.
Welcome to the Stock Market Learning Awards ceremony. After 4 months of dedication, strategy, and teamwork, the most talented young investors from Germany, Italy, and France have emerged victorious triumph in this exciting competition. Their journey has been filled with challenges, learning, and innovation, and today we celebrate their achievements.
So, ladies and gentlemen, dear winners, now we come to the highlight of the evening, the awards ceremony. We will start with the German teams, then with the Italian teams, and last but not least, the French winning teams. And please, for handing over the trophies and the nice certificates, I ask Caroline and Peter to come on stage. So, ladies and gentlemen, can I have power here? Is it working?
Yeah, it's working.
Oh, yes. Okay, thank you. Because now I will ask the German Performance Award team to get ready. So the first national prize, the winner of the Performance Award team is the team called Uranium Peak Partners. I know already, so we know the guys already. And from the school, very important to mention, the school names is Kooperative Gesamtschule Wiesmoor. The supporting institution is Sparkasse Aurich Norden. And the representative is Nina Lange. Please come on stage. Yeah, I want also to highlight the names is Lukas Hupe, Max Trom, Finn Hansen, and Lukas Focken with the teacher Fabian Radspieler. So I ask you all to come here.
And the representatives of the saving banks, please too. Lukas Focken. Und last but not least, den Lehrer, der das Ganze auf die Beine gestellt hat. So, thank you very much. So, I will say this now again and again to the Kooperative Gesamtschule Wiesmoor and the responsible teacher for that you do this in addition to your normal work is great. It shows your commitment to your job. Because being professional means also to do the extra mile if there is a chance that the pupils that learn with you have the chance to learn even a little bit more than the average. Thank you very much also to you.
And give them please a round of applause.
Der wollte mich auch.
Wenn Sie noch ein bisschen vom Protokoll wegkommen, dann gerne. Passen Sie da auch die Stöpselei rein. Ja, genau. Wenn wir alle noch ein bisschen vorrücken.
Miriam Haber.
Ach, so schwer.
Christoph Jakob Treu Gymnasium war die ausrichtende Schule und ich denke, Sie sind die Lehrerin, der wir herzlich danken dürfen.
Herzlichen Glückwunsch und vielen Dank.
Vielen Dank.
Picture time.
In die andere Richtung.
Perfect. So thank you and congratulations again.
Bitte keine Stürzen.
And now we go to Bella Italia. We start as usual with the Performance Award, and the Performance Award goes to, I will try, the Cinque ITA group from the school Istituto di Istruzione Superiore Quintino Cattarella. Grazie. From the supporting institution Fondazione Sicilia, and the representative is Mr. Fabio Armanio, and the participants are Eduardo Bordelli, Salvatore Frasconi, Andrea Iacono, and Suora. The teacher is Francesco Bordelli.
So, first of all, to the Fondazione itself. Thank you very much for participating again. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Eduardo Cortelli. Right next to me. Congratulations. Salvatore Frasconi.
Congratulations.
Andrea Giacono. Congratulations. And Stuart Hoda. Congratulations.
Your name should be Nike, yeah? Congratulations.
And last but not least, thanks a lot again also to the school. And now I try my very, very best. You know, I had the best chances to learn Italian in my life. My wife is Italian, my sister lives since 26 years in Puglia, but I'm still not good in speaking out. Istituto di Istruzione Superiore Quintino Catarella. It was halfway. Thank you very much.
Don't fall,
Careful in the back.
Watch out.
Careful, careful. Watch out.
Grazie. I think this is a little bit easier for me to pronounce. The team has the name Angie from the school Istituto Tecnico Economico Antonio Tambosi. The supporting institution is Fondazione Casa di Risparmio Trento e Ovaretto with Madame Anna Pugnara. And the participants' names are Angelica Stingel, Benedetto Faio, Matteo Manfioretti, Nicola Lenzi, Anna Fellow, and the teacher's name is Francesco Benci. Please.
Here again, we start with the Fondazione, and this is you. Thank you for hosting this. Angelica Stingel. Typical Italian. That sounds so German for my German ears. Congratulations. Benedetta Faino. Matteo Manfioretti. Nicola Lenzi. Anna Vello. And last but not least, again, a big thank you for the teachers who did more than most of the other teachers in the country, because it's a minority still who joins this wonderful team. Thank you to the Istituto Tecnico Economico Antonio Tambiosi.
Thank you.
First prize winner, 08 investors. From the school Lycée Mabillon, the supporting institution is Finance et Pédagogie. The representative is Dominique Biodel, and the participants are called Paul et Julie Renoir, Daphne Hannes, Mano Gaillon, and the teacher's name is Karine Genan. Genan. I asked you 3 times, still forgot. Genan. Please.
un grand merci à l'organisation allemande. Mon activité m'a permis d'être accueilli toujours avec beaucoup de joie. Pardon. En français, vous me permettrez le français. Donc aujourd'hui, c'est mon dernier jour de travail pour Finance et Pédagogie. Je voudrais remercier ici toute l'organisation de la centrale du concours en Allemagne, puisque cette activité m'a permis d'être reçu notamment à Berlin, à Naples, à Palerme, à Bruxelles plusieurs fois. Et donc c'est vraiment été une très grande joie et un très grand honneur. Et merci encore à la centrale du concours allemande.
What a final today.
Yeah. So we have to party this later on.
Yeah.
But first we party Paul Aït El Judy Renoir. Daphne Hannes. Manon Gallon. Lycée Mabillon. S. Yeah. The representative, not the last one, but again, it has to be said every time. Also, somebody who could have had more free time in life if he would not invest the time in this game. We are so thankful because without people like you and your colleagues here in the team, the whole game would not be possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We come now to the Sustainability Award, and this award goes to the first prize winners, 50 French wing from school Lycée Thomas Hellier. Supporting institution is again Finance Pédagogique with the representative Valérie Mesnage. And the participants' names are Félix Masson, Maël Courty, Armand Jevaux, and the teacher's name is Florence Rivet.
Thank you very much, Finance et Pédagogie, that you again joined the concours with us. Félix Masson, congratulations. Maël Courty. Armand Jovot. Congratulations. You are French. French. Triple French. And last but not least, again, a big thank you for all the work that you've done. Lycée Thomas Hellier. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bitteschön, merci. Merci Peter. Merci Caroline. Yeah, dear guests, dear winners, dear teacher, dear country partners, dear ESBG, dear audience, a big thank you goes to you and also to the German colleagues who are always developing the game. Every year something new is added. I heard today there will be nice features for the next year's game. this is also very important to thank you. And it was mentioned especially to the teachers, of course, and to the institutions wherever you live who support the whole game. So thanks a lot to all of you, and especially to the colleagues, not only to Peter, but to your team. And I know you worked all a lot, but at least my impression is, because I know her the best, who has also organized your tomorrow's program. I want to mention Bruna, who did a great job, but of course to all of the ESBG team, thanks for organizing this evening. Thanks to you for coming to Brussels. And one last sentence to the winners. I hope that this game, playing this game, was not only fun, but that you gained also experiences for your life. Because there is research, there were studies about it saying that all the people who are financially literate make better choices in their lives. And I wish all of you that you make a lot of good choices in your life. And let me conclude with the words that I just wish you a wonderful, successful future. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm now closing officially this award ceremony 2025. I can invite you to the dinner already outside, but now I would everybody ask to come forward, because we make a big group photo.